partial sun eclipse reached its peak on Saturday at about 2 p.m. Our eldest son had talked about it in school, and then infected our two younger boys with his enthusiasm. They were ecstatic to see it, even persuaded me to get some of those paper glasses with extra thick dark foil, after they had learned it would be too dangerous to stare into the sun without protection. Admittedly, I was a little excited as well. I mean, it's nothing spectacular per se, but it would be cool to see. So far, I'd only ever seen the sun in its usual round shape. Checking the weather for the day right after waking up, I learned that we would indeed have a chance at a good look. The time of the eclipse came, and there were only very few clouds. Pretty good conditions. The boys and I climbed up the stairs of our apartment building. The top floor has a type of viewing platform. While we stepped out, the daylight seemed to fade a little. It was noticeable, even without having to look directly into the sun. We put on our cheap glasses and checked it out. At that moment, I absolutely forgave my boys for more or less forcing me to buy them. It was spectacular, mesmerizing, to see change in something that has been so constant throughout my whole life. I mean, it was still just the sun, but, well, just different. Anyway, I was fascinated as I first saw it. My boys as well. They were just staring, mouths open. After a few seconds had passed, my youngest pulled at my shirt. "It looks weird, Dad." That's the point. It's something that doesn't happen very often. It looks weird because we are witnessing something the sun usually doesn't do. His brothers had explained the science behind it all morning. We now knew all about solar eclipses, lunar eclipses, partial and annular eclipses, and whatever else you could wish for. "No, I'm in the eye. Can't you see it?" He sounded freaked out. Now he had my attention. I took off the glasses and looked at him. He wasn't staring at the sun anymore, but in an entirely different direction. "But Mark, you're missing out on it." I gently grabbed his shoulders and tried to turn him back around. He jerked a little in order to move my hands away. "No, please Luke, what is that? It's staring at me." His voice sounded urgent. Observing the sky in the direction he was facing, I couldn't see much. A few clouds. No, clusters. Just individual fluffy chunks. Otherwise, the sky was blue. I didn't know what he meant. I then looked at my son again, and saw him slowly removing the special glasses. He looked pale. He continued to stare into the sky for a moment, and then he informed me, "It's gone now. That's good. I didn't like it." I assured him that everything was fine and that we would continue to watch the eclipse for a few minutes. The enthusiasm that had filled him all morning seemed to be swept away. He quietly sat on the ground and stared at his shoes. "It's okay if you continue with the eclipse, but I don't really want to look anymore," he said. A little bit of colour had come back to his face, so I assumed he would be fine. Kids sometimes make up weird stuff. Their imagination goes crazy, and they somehow manage to scare themselves. I put my glasses back on and decided that we would talk about whatever had scared him as soon as we were back in the apartment. For the moment, I didn't want to miss the moon revealing what I had covered before. Then I saw it. It was just a blink of an eye. Literally. I was still facing away from the sun. There was, I don't know, like a crack? A vertical crack in the sky. It was enormous. It ripped open further, the two sides sliding away into the blue sky, like upper and lower eyelids. What was revealed by this motion looked at me, at us, at everyone in our hemisphere, I'd guess. The pupil was dark, but not lifeless. It moved. I could sense its power. For lack of a better word, it felt mighty. I think I stood there just as stunned as my son did moments ago. I looked, stared, observed. Then it disappeared. The rip closed back up as fast as it opened. Like a blink, the sky turned back to being just the sky. I took the glasses off. Mark was fiddling around with his shoelaces. His brothers still staring at the sun. A few seconds passed while I scanned the sky. Nothing. It was normal. The longer I looked at it, the more I felt like the thing I had just seen must have been an illusion. The urge to go back inside was strong, nonetheless. My voice was a bit shaky as I suggested having a sweet treat back in our apartment. The sun was pretty much back to normal, and the boys lost interest with every centimetre revealed by the moon. We went back inside. I put the special glasses into the very back of a junk drawer, and that was that. Mark seemed to have forgotten about whatever we had seen, or maybe he was also intentionally repressing the thoughts about it. I thought about it all day. At times, I managed to nearly convince myself that I just made the whole thing up. Maybe Mark's fear had caused me to. But then again, I saw it. It was there. Just for a moment. Maybe it is a bit ridiculous. But for the rest of the weekend, we've stayed inside. I've also avoided looking at the sky. I feel like that's just what's best for now.